tutorial how to draw Obito with a broken mask. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial and let's get into it. So first you're going to start out with making a simple circle. And I like to do this, then come in, erase it, and just pretty it up. Make it like a nice circle, you know? So now we're just going to come around, erase it, and get it so it's all perfect, straight, good. So now I'm just coming through and getting it darker and easier to see for you guys. And make sure when you're drawing this, you're not like stabbing your pencil into the paper. Draw lightly so it's easy to erase. But I'm going to be drawing it a little darker so it's easier for you guys to see. So now we're just going to draw some lines on the side of the head, or I should say the circle. And right now I'm finding the middle, so I put a line straight down the middle. And that's going to be where the jawline come together. So now you're going to want to start on your jawline. This here is going to take you a while, or not, just depends on your skill level. So you're just going to want to get that perfect head shape, which this took me a couple minutes, more than a couple. And always remember, it's going to look like straight trash in the beginning, but then it'll get better. You just got to trust that process. Don't give up. So, erase all those guidelines, and now we're going to start with the eye. Start with a circle, and now add some lines. I know, how exciting. Make sure you get all those details in there. Remember, draw lightly. Oop, look, that's me. Oh, I'm gone. Okay, so now you're going to add a dot in the middle, then the 3 dots with lines. Looks like a tadpole. Now add your eyebrow. I know, it's a weirdly shaped eyebrow. So now, add your mask. You're just going to want to copy this, basically. Well, don't copy and paste, but, well, if you can, that's great. If you can do it better, that's even better. So now, I'm just going to add these little side parts. That's where the mask comes out. And just do that. And the thing is, when you do this, you don't do it the whole way around. As you'll see over here, just in a few seconds. Now we go super speedily. Right here. This is about the last one, and you don't do any more ones. You just do one big one. So here, we're going to make it 3-dimensional. Woohoo! Don't forget to add those details and lines. And now, we're just going to also continue making it 3D. Woohoo! And don't be scared to use a reference. Some people call that cheating, but I think it's just the right way to draw. But do what you want to do. Now, just add these lines, or as they are, they're actually little grooves, but add these lines for now into the mask and just do as I do. And remember, if you need to pause at any point, pause it. Take your time. I know it's sped up here, but this took me over an hour, so it's going to take you a while, maybe not. So now let's do the headband. So here, you're just going to want to do as I do. Oops, my bad. We're still working on the mask. So here you're just going to want to come back, and as I call them, the bubbles, and you're just going to critique them and get them so they're nice and pretty, and just get the good details in there. So now we're working back on the headband, and soon I'm going to have a nice zoomed up so you can look at the sides. So right here's what they should look like. Over here's a better side. It's like the bubbles almost, but different. So now you're just going to be working on this little shaded part that is just there. So to do that, you're just going to do as I do. And soon I'm going to have a nice zoomed in part just to help you out. In 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, so you're going to do that. And just add that in. Take your time. Pause if you need to. And so here we're doing the hair. The hair... Anime hair is actually quite easy in my opinion, but I've been drawing for a while, so I have more experience, maybe not. So yeah, once again, just do as I do. Oh, there's my hair. Okay, it's gone now. I guess I was just giving you a nice little diagram. So let's continue on. Nice speed up, zoom. So now, that's what it looks like up close. Pause if you need to. And so... Do I hear a doggy? Okay, back on with we go. So now we're working on his clothes. And this is a little bit of a tricky spot. So I'm going to nicely just zoom it in for you. And if you need a pause. Once again. So now we got that. This might be a little tricky. Maybe not. You're just going to add the shoulders. And don't forget to subscribe. So now we're working back, and we're just going to make sure you don't forget that shoulder. So here we're just taking a breath, or get some water, pause it, just chill out. And you know what? Don't forget to subscribe. And so now we're just going to be doing fine lining. So in this process, you're going to want to use either a pen. I don't suggest a black marker unless you've got a very thin one. Or just, I got a 0.5 millimeter fine liner if you would like to know. So if you're just wondering, that can help you. If you go to a store, they might sell it. And these things, they last you very nicely. This is hashtag not sponsored. Just letting you know. So now that you got your nice sketch, you're going to want to erase all the lead, or graphite, my bad. Did you know they actually don't use lead because that's dangerous, and so they actually use graphite. So now here you just want to color. Sit back, chillax, take your time. It doesn't really matter what kind of markers you have. You could just use watercolor markers, paint, or I like to use alcohol markers because they're very nice. I mean, once again, not sponsored. And so you're just going to want to be very careful with your color picking. Like in the hair, it's more of a darkish blue, like a very dark blue. Oh, we're taking a little breather. That's all good though. And now time to get back to work. So you're going to want to color the mask. You could use any color. That's the fun part about this. You could do any color. You could do rainbow, but I suggest sticking with the color scheme, but do whatever you want. So here, I'm using a dark orange for the mask. If you want, you can always come through in shade, but I didn't do that because I just wanted this tutorial to be nice and easy. So now we're going to be coloring the eye with a dark red. Make sure when you're coloring that you don't color outside the lines, and make sure it doesn't just, because with alcohol markers, it can actually, the ink can move forwards and outwards and stuff if you let your pen on the paper for too long. So I suggest getting marker paper, but you don't have to. This is just plain old printer paper. I don't know, I just decided I want to use that. And so here for the shirt, you're going to want to use a black marker. But be careful that it's not a very nice marker because you could dry out your markers by using them like this. And so I'm just going to get into all those little details like in the shaded part in his eye. Now we're going to color the skin on the face. So you're just going to want to pick a good skin color. Once again, you can do whatever you want. If you want him to be blue, you do you. But I just stuck to the reference. And so here I'm just coloring it. Once again, be careful that you're staying inside the lines and that it looks pretty. Take your time and don't rush it. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, remember, subscribe, send it to your friends, do whatever you want. Okay, so back to the video. Once again, just take your time. Make sure you're not coloring things that shouldn't be colored. But once again, it's your choice. Art, you can do abstract, there's non-objective. There's so many different things you can do. If you really want it, you could make this monochromatic, which is just black and white colors. If you wanted to do that, you could just do that. Don't forget, you got to color parts of the clothes red, or whatever color you want. But I'm sticking to the reference. So now, fill it in carefully, and yeah. So I suggest using like a dark red, but any red really works if you think about it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I've been drawing for about 2 years now, and it's a very fun thing to do. Really, you can do whatever your heart wants you to do. Just draw, have fun. So if this drawing doesn't look the best the first try it again. And so now I'm using a white pen to get rid of mistakes and just make it nice and perfect. There's my hair, it's in the frame. So right now, yeah, I'm just coming through, prettyifying everything, making sure everything looks good, making sure those lines are nice, and that's almost all. But don't leave yet, there's more. Make sure while you're getting rid of all these little mistakes that you are very careful that you also don't make new ones by coloring things that aren't supposed to be colored. But you, once again, do anything you want. And now I present to you a finished drawing. Da 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 da. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through, and subscribe. And you know what? Have a good day!